In a small bright town where the blue rivers gleamed, lived a child named Luma, who laughed when she dreamed. Her shoes were mismatched, her pockets were wide, filled with marbles and feathers and stories inside. Every morning the sun would knock softly and say, "Wake up, young Luma, adventures today." The clouds would giggle, the trees waved hello. For Luma could hear things most people don't know. She heard the grass whisper beneath her bare feet, and stones hum a song when the daylight was sweet. The wind told her secrets of places afar, of mountains that dance and a talking North Star. One day in the garden, behind the old gate, she found something shiny that glimmered with fate. A tiny gold door, no bigger than bread, with words carved in silver that softly read, "To those who believe and are gentle and kind, a world full of wonders is easy to find." Luma knelt down, her heart beating fast. Was this a dream, or a door from the past? She tapped it once, then twice, then three. The door swung open with a sparkling wee. Out jumped a creature both fluffy and blue, with bright golden eyes and a rainbow-hued shoe. He bowed very low and tipped his small hat. "I'm Milo the Mouse, imagine that. I travel through worlds where stories are real, where feelings have colors and thoughts learn to feel. Our world needs a helper, brave, honest, and true. And lucky for us, that helper is you." Before Luma could ask or even reply, the garden grew tall and the sky stretched wide. The flowers stood up and clapped with delight, as the day softly melted into glowing night. Stars tiptoed closer, the moon winked and smiled. "You're ready," it whispered, "oh curious child." The door grew bigger, as big as a tree, and Luma stepped through with a deep, happy glee. They landed in a land made of pages and ink, where mountains were shaped like a long thoughtful think. The rivers ran purple, the skies shone green, and everything sparkled like it had a dream. Houses wore hats and streets softly hummed. The air tasted like cookies fresh out of the oven. Birds sang math, and clocks laughed in rhyme, and nobody worried at all about time. "Welcome," said Milo, with a proud little grin, "to the talking world, where stories begin. But trouble is coming, dark, silent, and slow. The color thief's shadow is starting to grow." Luma felt brave, though her knees shook a bit. "What can I do? I'm just a kid." Milo smiled gently and pointed ahead. To listen, to care, to help hearts feel fed. They walked past a school where pencils could talk, and numbers hopped happily down the chalk walk. A sad little cloud cried rain made of gray, because nobody asked how it felt that day. Luma reached up and wiped its small tear. "You matter," she said, "I'm really glad you're here." The cloud turned pink and floated with cheer, and followed them laughing, "I'll stay very near." Soon they reached a forest of whispering trees, where leaves shared stories carried by breeze. But something was wrong, no color, no sound. The forest was fading, all dull and run down. A tall old oak spoke with a trembling tone. "Our joy is being stolen, leaf by leaf, grown by grown. The color thief takes laughter and light, leaving silence behind, day and night." Luma closed her eyes and listened inside. She felt all the feelings the trees tried to hide. She hugged the old oak, strong and tight, and the bark glowed warm with golden light. The leaves turned green, then red, then blue. The forest began to sing anew. "Your heart is the key," the old oak said. "Where kindness walks, fear has fled." With new hope shining like stars in their way, Luma and Milo continued the day. Beyond the forest, across a bright hill, waited new wonders and challenges still. Over the glowing hill they slowly walked, while fireflies danced and softly talked. Each light they passed would giggle and glow, saying, "Good luck, child, you're ready to go." Beyond the hill lay a winding road, made of stories that gently flowed. Each step Luma took made pictures appear, of laughter, of courage, of hope conquering fear. Suddenly, pop, a bubble flew by. with a tiny green frog wearing glasses and a tie. "I'm Professor Ribbit," the frog loudly said. "I study brave thoughts inside kids' heads." He hopped in circles, then pointed ahead. "The color thief feeds on worries and dread. But joy is stronger, brighter, and true. And joy begins with kindness from you." They thanked the frog, who tipped his small hat, then vanished inside a magical cat that purred out loud and floated away, leaving glittery paw prints to light up the way. Soon they reached a town made of bells, where houses chimed stories and laughter spells. But the bells were quiet, the streets were gray, and happiness seemed to have wandered away. A little girl doll sat on the stair, with button eyes and tangled hair. "I forgot how to smile," she softly cried. "The color thief took my joy and pride." Luma sat down and held her hand. "You don't have to be perfect or always be grand. Just be yourself, that's more than enough. Being kind and trying is strong, not tough." The doll blinked once, then blinked again. Her smile returned like sunshine after rain. The bells rang loud, the town shone bright, chasing away the shadow of night. Suddenly the sky began to shake, and Milo gasped, "Oh no, an earthquake!" But it wasn't the ground, it was something far worse. A giant dark cloud that hissed and cursed. "I am the color thief," the shadow roared. "I steal all joy that kids can't afford. Fear feeds me well, doubt makes me grow, and sadness is all you need to know." Luma stood still, her heart beating loud. But she remembered the trees, the doll, the cloud. She took a deep breath and spoke out clear. "You can't steal joy when love is here." She smiled gently, warm and bright, and her smile turned into glowing light. The darkness shook, then cracked apart, for it could not fight a caring heart. The color thief shrank and faded away, melting into sparkles of soft pastel gray. The sky turned blue, the bells rang strong, and the world burst out into joyful song. Children appeared from everywhere, flying kites made of hope and care. They laughed and danced and sang out loud. Their happiness wrapped Luma like a cloud. Milo cheered and clapped his paws. "You did it! You followed the greatest laws. Listen, care, believe, and be kind. And magic will always be yours to find." A golden door appeared once more, just like the one behind Luma's door. The moon whispered softly, "It's time to go home." But the talking world will never be gone. Luma stepped through with a happy sigh, waving goodbye to the glowing sky. She landed back where the garden grew, with morning sunshine fresh and new. But something changed, she felt it inside. A stronger heart, open and wide. Now when she walks, the world feels bright, because kindness fills her with magical light. And if you listen, very, very near, you might hear whispers soft and clear. For the talking world still waits today, for kids who believe and choose kindness each day. That night, as Luma slept in her cozy bed, stars tiptoed softly above her head. Her window glowed with a silvery gleam, and the talking world called her back in a dream. The golden door shimmered, warm and bright, opening gently in moonlight white. Milo the mouse jumped out with a cheer. "Wake up, dear Luma, we need you here." She rubbed her eyes and gave a small yawn, but courage returned like the light of dawn. She slipped through the door with a hopeful smile, ready to travel another magical mile. This time they landed beside a great sea, where the waves sang songs in perfect key. The water sparkled with colors untold, blue mixed with silver and ribbons of gold. But something felt wrong in the ocean air. The songs were shaky, thin with despair. Fish swam slowly, their fins hanging low, and even the tide forgot how to flow. A turtle named Old Shelby rose from the deep. His voice was tired, slow, and weak. "The sea of sounds is losing its song. The silent storm won't wait very long." "What is the silent storm?" Luma asked, her heart ready for another task. It steals all music, laughter, and cheer, leaving the world quiet, empty, and clear. They sailed away in a boat made of rhyme, its sails stitched together with threads of time. The waves guided them, gentle and kind, while singing softly to calm Luma's mind. Suddenly the sea grew flat and still. No splash, no whisper, no playful thrill. A dark gray fog rolled over the tide. The silent storm had opened wide. Inside the fog, no sound could stay. Not a laugh, not a word, not a shout, not a play. Luma opened her mouth but no voice came out. Fear wrapped around her, thick with doubt. She closed her eyes and tapped her heart. Remembering joy was where sounds start. She clapped her hands, tap tap tap. A tiny rhythm broke the trap. Milo stomped, Shelby hummed deep and low. The rhythm grew stronger, started to grow. Fish tapped fins, birds flapped wings. Soon the sea remembered how to sing. The fog cracked open with a thunderous boom. The silent storm faded, chased from the gloom. Music burst out in a colorful wave. And the sea of sounds felt happy and brave. Shelby smiled, his eyes shining bright. You taught us this, sound comes from light. When hearts feel safe, brave, and free, the world finds its melody. A pearl rose up from the ocean floor, glowing brighter than ever before. This is the pearl of brave cheer, Milo said. It will guide you when hope feels threadbare. With the pearl in hand, the door appeared. And Luma felt proud, strong, and unfeared. She stepped back home as the sun rose high, painting soft colors across the sky. At breakfast she hummed a joyful tune, and her song made flowers bloom in June. She smiled at people passing by, and kindness echoed, multiplied. For every time Luma chose to care, the talking world felt it everywhere. Another door, another day. Another child might soon find their way. The next evening came with a rosy glow, as crickets sang softly, steady and slow. Luma lay thinking, eyes open wide, when the golden door shimmered right by her side. Milo peeked out with a joyful squeak. Another world needs help this week. Luma laughed and held on tight, as they stepped through the door of glowing light. They landed gently on a cushioned ground, where floating balloons drifted all around. Each balloon held a feeling, clear and bright. Red for anger, blue for quiet night. This is the land of feelings, Milo said, where emotions live inside every head. But something's wrong, you can see it too. The colors are mixed and the skies feel blue. Anger stomped loudly, bumping into joy. Sadness hid shyly behind a toy. Fear ran fast with worry in tow, and happiness felt unsure where to go. A small round creature with watery eyes looked up at Luma with a trembling sigh. I'm Hope, it whispered, soft and small. But no one listens to me at all. Luma knelt down and held Hope near. It's okay, she said, I can hear. Hope glowed brighter, warm and gold, growing stronger, brave and bold. Just then a great storm filled the sky. Emotions clashed as they rushed by. Anger shouted, fear cried loud. Sadness curled into a heavy cloud. What can I do? Luma softly thought, as Milo watched, his heart well taught. You don't have to fix them, Milo said. Just help them be heard instead. So Luma listened, quiet and true, to every feeling passing through. She let anger speak, let sadness cry. Let fear explain the reasons why. One by one, the feelings slowed. Their colors softened, gently glowed. They found their place, side by side. No longer pushed, no need to hide. The sky cleared up, the balloons aligned, each feeling happy in its own design. Hope flew high, shining bright, painting the sky with peaceful light. The land of feelings began to sing a soft calm song of everything. Thank you, they said in voices small. For listening, you helped us all. A ribbon of light wrapped Luma tight, turning into a bracelet bright. This is the band of honest care. Milo smiled, wear it everywhere. The golden door appeared once more, calling Luma back to her world's shore. She waved goodbye with a grateful heart, knowing this wasn't the end, but the start. At school next day, when someone frowned, Luma sat close and stayed around. She listened first, she didn't rush, and watched sad feelings slowly hush. For when you listen, really true, you help the world feel safe too. And somewhere far, yet always near, the talking world smiled, bright and clear.
That night the stars blinked twice in a row, a secret sign that Luma would know. The golden door shimmered, soft and slow. Come along, it whispered, it's time to go. Milo popped out with a joyful cheer. Our next stop is special, very dear. Hand in hand through the glowing frame, they stepped into a world with no name. The ground was made of pillows and light. The sky was a blanket of deep blue night. Clouds shaped like ladders floated by, leading up toward a dreaming sky. Welcome, said Milo, to the land of dreams, where nothing is quite the way it seems. Ideas drifted like colorful kites, and wishes twinkled like tiny lights. But the dreams looked tired, dull, and slow. Their sparkle weak, their gentle glow low. A yawning star fell from the sky, rubbing its eyes as it floated by. We're losing belief, the star softly said. Kids think dreams belong only in bed. They stop imagining, stop trying new things, and dreams lose their wings. Luma felt sad but held her ground. Dreams don't end when sleep isn't found. They live in ideas, play, and art, and grow even bigger when shared from the heart. She closed her eyes and thought of a plan, of learning, of growing, of helping when she can. Her thoughts took shape, bright and wide, turning into dreams that danced by her side. One dreamed of painting a sky full of stars, another of kindness traveling far. Some dreamed of helping, some of play, some of new words learned every day. The land of dreams began to shine, each dream glowing strong and fine. The ladders reached higher, the clouds grew tall, as belief returned to one and all. The yawning star laughed, wide awake. Dreams live wherever brave steps take place. A soft blue feather floated down, light as hope, with a magical sound. This feather of faith will help you believe, even when answers are hard to achieve. Luma tucked it close, near her heart, knowing belief was only the start. The golden door returned once more, opening back to her bedroom floor. As she stepped through, she felt brand new, full of ideas she couldn't wait to pursue. The next day she tried something she feared, raised her hand though her voice was weird. She drew a picture, sang a song, learning that trying is never wrong. And far away, yet always near, the land of dreams felt strong and clear, for every child who dares to believe. The talking world continues to breathe. The next night came with a friendly breeze, rustling curtains and dancing trees. Luma smiled, for she already knew another adventure was calling her through. The golden door opened wide and bright, spilling warmth into the quiet night. Milo waved with a happy spin. Come on, Luma, let friendship begin. They stepped into a sunny square, with laughter floating everywhere. Benches talked and swings sang low, and footsteps glowed wherever they'd go. Welcome to the land of friendship, Milo said, where hearts connect and kindness is spread. Children of all shapes, colors, and size played together under rainbow skies. But something strange soon came to view. Some children stood alone and blue, Groups were formed with walls so tall, and lonely whispers filled the hall. A quiet boy sat by a tree, drawing circles endlessly. "No one wants to play with me," he said softly, barely a plea. Luma sat beside him near. "What are you drawing?" she asked with cheer. "My world," he said, "but it feels too small. I don't think I belong at all." Luma smiled and picked up a crayon bright. "What if worlds grow when shared just right?" She drew a door, a sun, a kite. And soon the page filled up with light. Other children gathered around, curious by the joyful sound. They added stars, a river, a tree. And suddenly the world felt free. Across the square, a wall cracked wide. The groups looked over, surprised inside. One step closer, then another too. Until laughter joined and friendship grew. The land of friendship glowed warm and strong, as everyone learned they all belong. Hands joined hands in a joyful chain, and loneliness faded like gentle rain. A soft bell rang through the sunny air, calling everyone everywhere. A badge appeared with a shining gleam, shaped like a heart with a friendly beam. "This is the badge of togetherness," Milo said. "It shines when kindness is quietly spread." Luma pinned it close, proud and true, knowing friendship starts with just saying "you." The golden door appeared once more, leading back to her bedroom floor. She waved goodbye with a happy sigh, as friendship sparkled across the sky. The next day, when someone stood alone, Luma remembered what she'd known. She smiled first and said, "Come play." And a new friendship started that day. And somewhere far, yet always near, the talking world smiled bright and clear. For every time kids choose to care, friendship magic fills the air.
The night felt calm, the stars sat still, as moonlight climbed each quiet hill. Luma felt a flutter deep inside, a tiny mix of fear and pride. The golden door appeared once more, shining bright as before. Milo whispered, soft and slow, "This time, courage has to grow." They stepped into a land of stone, where echoing steps felt all alone. Tall cliffs rose up, sharp and steep, and shadows stretched long and deep. "Welcome to the land of courage," Milo said, "where brave hearts walk though legs feel lead." A narrow bridge hung high and thin, swaying softly in the wind. Luma looked down and swallowed hard. The path ahead felt tough and scarred. What if I fall? What if I fail? Her thoughts felt heavy, pale. A small flame flickered by her shoe, warm and bright, yet gentle too. "I am brave," the flame softly spoke. "I grow each time fear is broke." Luma took one careful step, then two. Her heart beat fast, but she pushed through. She breathed in deep, held on tight, and crossed the bridge with all her might. With every step, the bridge grew wide. The wind grew calm, the fear subsided. Behind her, the cliffs turned gold, her bravery making the land feel bold. At the other side, a crowd appeared. Creatures clapped and loudly cheered. Courage is not the lack of fear, they sang, it's walking on while fear is near. The flame leaped high and turned into a star, lighting the land from near to far. A small red stone fell into her hand, warm with strength, firm and grand. "This is the stone of steady heart," Milo said. "It helps you stand when hope feels thin." Luma smiled, feeling tall, knowing courage answers fear's call. The golden door returned once more, leading her back to her bedroom floor. She climbed into bed, calm and bright, with courage glowing through the night. The next day, when she felt afraid of trying new things or mistakes she'd made, she remembered the bridge, the flame, the star, and knew brave steps aren't very far, and somewhere far, yet always near, The talking world whispered, "You're strong, my dear. For every brave step a child may start, courage grows inside the heart." The night arrived with a softer sound, like kindness gently floating around. Luma felt calm, her heart felt light. As the golden door appeared that night, Milo smiled with a thoughtful face. Our next land needs a caring embrace. Together they stepped through shining air, into a place where choices lived everywhere. They landed on paths that split in two. One path old, the other new. Signs stood tall with words so clear. Choose with kindness, choose with care. Welcome to the land of kind choices, Milo said in gentle voices. Every step here shapes the day, in small, quiet, important ways. They watched two children standing still, both unsure which path to fill. One path sparkled, fast and loud. The other looked calm, simple, and proud. I want to win, one child cried. I don't care who stands beside. The ground beneath that path grew cold. Its sparkle dimmed, its shine grew old. The other child paused, then turned around, helping someone who had fallen down. That quiet path began to glow, with flowers blooming soft and slow. Luma knelt and gently spoke. Kindness isn't weak, it's brave and strong. The paths reshaped beneath their feet, showing kindness makes life complete. Suddenly the land began to hum, as thousands of choices started to come. Big ones, small ones, every day, each with something kind to say. A tree of choices rose up tall, with shining fruits both big and small. Each fruit showed a caring deed, a smile, a share, a helping need. Luma reached out, calm and true, and picked a fruit of golden hue. It burst with light, warm and bright, filling the land with peaceful light. You have learned, the tree said slow. Kind choices help all hearts grow. A small white seed fell in her hand, soft as hope, light as sand. This is the seed of gentle good, Milo said, planted when you should. Every kind act, both big and small, helps the world stand strong and tall. The golden door returned once more, opening to her bedroom floor. Luma stepped back with a peaceful sigh, kindness glowing in her eyes. The next day, when she had to choose between kind words or quick excuse, she planted that seed with what she did, and watched kindness bloom like it always did. And somewhere far, yet always near, the talking world felt bright and clear. For every kind choice children make, the world grows warmer for kindness' sake.